How's it going today, folks? Today I'm super excited to re-release the Noah Cash Stock Portfolio Template 2.0. I've added in a bunch of new income ETFs that I really do like and have discovered and I want to add them to the portfolio. I've also added in a number of calculators to help us understand how to drip better and how this portfolio will help us snowballing over time. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys, so this template, this calculator and template and portfolio will be available via the Patreon. This would be for paid members only. So if you want to jump on board to get access, it would be just $5 access to this portfolio. Or if you want to do the upgraded membership, it's $15 a month and that'll get you access to one-on-one coaching. You can see those tiers here. So please jump on the Patreon if you can to support the channel. All right. So now I want to jump into the Noah Cash Master Stock Portfolio Spreadsheet 2.0. Okay, guys, 2.0, baby, let's do it. All right, so with this portfolio, what you're going to see first and foremost is an allocation towards income funds, allocation towards a growth fund for ETFs, and an allocation towards individual growth funds, okay? And what that means by individual is individual stocks. All right, so each of these have allocations and you can feel free to play around with it as you see fit. So in case you want to do 70%, you can do so. You need to bring this down so that this makes 100%. All right, so we have now 70% income, we have 25% growth ETF and 5% growth individual, okay? So you can play around with this as you see fit. For now, we'll leave it as 70-30 income to growth. Okay, in this case, I put the portfolio value at 2 million. But again, you play around with it as you see fit. And then here we'll have all of our different calculations for what's going on with income. So with this portfolio, we anticipate 215K of annual income, 215K of annual income, and 17K, 18K of monthly income. All right. The annual appreciation average is around 20%, assuming all the funds and the total return for the funds. Okay. The yield on the income fund in this case is going to be 15 to 16%. We're assuming 32K in taxes. All right. And we're going to drip a certain percentage, and you can set this percentage. What does drip mean? That means dividend reinvest amount. Okay. So you can decide of the monthly income how much you want to reinvest. Maybe you want to use some of the money towards living. Maybe you want to use some towards reinvesting. And I highly recommend using some funds towards reinvesting. That way you can keep up with inflation and keep compounding so that that drip amount is working for you. It's snowballing and it's really, amplifying your capital over time. So in this case, I want to reinvest 35%, so 6K of this 18K. All right. Now, again, you have to account for taxation and whatnot, but for now, we're using the exercise where we have 18K based on a monthly basis, based on a 215K in annual income. Okay. So how do we get there? How did we get to 250K annual income? All right. Well, it's through our portfolio design. All right. And I'm going to explain to you all the different ETFs that we have as part of this portfolio. So this portfolio, we have two NASDAQ 100 income funds. We have QQQI and we have GPIC. QQQI is the higher yield, okay? And it's from NEOS. And the yield on that is about 14%. And GPIC has a lower yield, but equally, and if not stronger, total return. And it's the Goldman Sachs GPIC, okay? Next, we have Amplify's QDVO, which does approximately, what does it do? Almost 9% yield. Okay, and with that, it is a great fund. It's a newer fund, but it's done really good by way of total return as well. It's handpicked 42 equities, and really an intriguing stock and an intriguing ETF. All right, next we have BTCI, which does around 25% yield, and that's our Bitcoin asset. Next, we have Baggy, which is also a Bitcoin asset. We're going to go bigger on Bitcoin now because we're Bitcoin bulls. Next, we're going to go into S&P 500 and go with SPY-I, which does around 11% yield, and T-SPY, which does about, I believe, 14% yield. So SPY-I does around 12%, and T-SPY does about 14%. Okay, T-SPY is Top Alpha. It's a newer fund, but we like what they're doing. Again, all of these are very tax efficient as well. with returning to you in the form of return of capital. Next, what we're going to do is have a bit more of a conservative fund and do VYM. We'll do VYM for more of a conservative, more just general defensive value style ETF. This has done like 16% yield over the past year. And then we'll do a little bit of SGov for a little bit of, again, protection, a little bit of defensive, and to have some capital on the side that we can deploy as need be. In terms of growth, this is your discretion, but just to be basic with it, we're going to buy the market with the S&P 500. We're going to buy the NASDAQ. We're going to have a Bitcoin allocation, and we're going to have a total an international allocation. And then in terms of individual stocks, choose it as you please. This is your portfolio. You can define how you want to align this portfolio. Okay. So if you want to do Microsoft, Hood, Berkshire Hathaway, if you want to do Visa, Meta Platforms, NVIDIA, whatever the case may be, you decide. Tesla, you get to decide on this. Surely I want to architect the income side and the growth ETF side. They're growth individual stocks. That's for your discretion. But these are some names that I like. Again, not financial advice, but you can pick those names. All right. So with these income funds, and that's primarily what we're focused on is income for this example. As I mentioned, from that, we would have allocated from the 2 million, we're going to allocate 1.4 million to income. And that $1.4 million is going to generate us 215K in annual income. Okay. And with that annual income, that generates 17, 18K in monthly income. And as I mentioned, we're going to use 65%. We're going to use 12K of it to live on, but on 6 to 7K, we're going to drip on that. We're going to drip that amount. All right. And why are we going to do that? It's because we want to match and meet and exceed the rate of inflation against this monthly income, right? We want this to continue to grow over time. To do that, we need to do a dividend reinvest amount to ensure that we're matching inflation and growing our overall pie. All right. So we definitely don't want to be withdrawing the full amount if we can. We want to take some off at the side and let it drip and let it compound and let it compound. And let's see what happens when we compound, right? So I also built a drip calculator here for you. Okay. And we assume that our initial deposit, all right, our initial deposit was 1 year, 1 year worth of, let me see this. It actually should be 75K. Let's call it 75K. Our initial deposit is going to be 75K because that's 1 year worth of drip. Let's just start like that and work with me here. And then from there, we were going to contribute, like I said, that 35% every single month. We're going to drip, and we're assuming a yield, even a more conservative yield than what I had over there on the first tab. But you could use this yield here if you wanted to. But let's use a conservative yield of 11%. All right. And from there, if we continue to drip and we go all the way to 20 years, we'll have $6 million in this drip amount. Just by dripping 6,000, okay, dripping 6,000 every month back in and yielding 11% for the year annually. Okay, that's going to get us some really, really healthy numbers, some really healthy numbers. Okay, guys, and yeah, because we are contributing monthly this sizable amount, right, we're going to go from 75K to 160K after 1 year, and then 260K the next year, 370K the next year, right? And this will continue to snowball and snowball. Is it going to be a separate account? No, it's going to show up, within these accounts, and it's going to keep increasing your value of this account over time, right? And that will help even increase your other components. That will help increase your overall monthly income, even with the money that you're going to take out. And then, of course, allow you to have a good portion of money that you're going to keep in here and allow to really just expand and grow, as you can see. All right. So guys, that is it in a nutshell. This is going to be available via the Patreon. Like I said, you can grab the drip calculator. You can grab the main portfolio. If you guys see any edits that need to get done here, or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Outside of that, guys, please sub to the channel. I hope I'm providing great value for you. I hope that this calculator does help you, and also the assets allocated, the assets chosen here may be of service to you. I hope so. Outside of that, guys, all the best and cheers.